Alright, Shalom. We give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. We have double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and a sincere Shalom to the elect out there teaches truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, this is late night commentaries. I believe it's episode 21 or number 21. It might be 22. I didn't check, but this is about this is pretty much an exhortation for brothers to get their health up in these last days. Okay. There's so many reports out there about 400,000 coronavirus deaths in the United States alone. And this new variant strain coming out, supposedly much more contagious. Okay. And there's a number of things you could do to do on the physical side of things, to strengthen yourself against these plagues, man. And when you look at what this plague does, is it attacks people harder. It messes people up that eat like shit and live unhealthy lifestyles. Okay? Well, the scriptures tell you not to defile your temple and to take care of your temple. Okay? And the scriptures tell you to take care of yourself, man. And to not be like these other Americans. Okay, we're supposed to be wiser than that, okay? So this is pretty much an exhortation to get our health up in these last days, man. Because it makes you more, it improves your life overall. Just like reading the scriptures every day improves your life overall, man. Especially if you're applying them. Man. In your day-to-day walk, in your day-to-day conversations, and how you handle situations. Okay, that's what these scriptures are there for. They're pretty much. If you try to follow the scriptures as much as you can, without being overly righteous, you'll be way above all these people, man, in pretty much every aspect of your life. Okay, even with the curses that we're under. Let's start off with Sirach 30 and 15. Okay, because our forefathers, man, think about it. You look at this American society, and it's all just filth everywhere you look. There's all kinds of preservatives, and majority of the foods out there, they didn't have that in ancient times. The bread was real bread. It was very coarse and hard and chewy. They didn't have McDonald's. They didn't add all kinds of preservatives and additives and all kinds of chemicals into the food. The sources of food had many more nutrients than they do now. Okay? They, it's against the scriptures to live a sedentary lifestyle, man. Being lazy, not doing anything. Okay, that's being slothful. Sirach 30:15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinity wealth. Wow. Let me read that again. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and strong body above infinity wealth. So having a healthy body is greater, more beneficial to you than having wealth. Okay? Because, the word healthy means what? It means to be whole. To be healthy means to be whole. And whole is another word for being complete, man. Because think about it. A lot of us brothers in this truth, we're spiritually healthy. And when we're physically healthy, too, and mentally healthy, okay, having all three of those can be very beneficial towards yourself, man. Your mind works better. Just think about all the studies out there. And I don't really like to put too much into studies, but the facts are facts. Sometimes, man. The facts are facts. People who eat like shit all the time and are overweight and don't get no exercise, they're fucking miserable people, man. They're miserable people, man. And they don't get shit done. Okay, they don't get shit done. Their lives are a mess. Because slothfulness can come up in many different ways, man. And slothfulness is contagious. If you think about it, man. It's contagious to other aspects of your life, man. Verse 16. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Now I know that the most important thing obviously is faith and knowledge, okay, and diligence, okay? But this is just an exhortation, okay? Because the scriptures cover a lot of different things. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And what does living an unhealthy lifestyle do? It makes you live in continual sickness, man. You look at somebody who may eat a plant-based diet, right? And they get their exercise. They're never they're never sick, man. And they don't wallow away in depression. Yeah, we get vexed. But we're not supposed to sit there and wallow in depression all the fucking time, man. Being a miserable slob. It's not what we're supposed to be. We're better than that, man. We're not going to be... A lot of these foods that we eat in our day-to-day lives, or that are available to us, I should say, they won't even exist in the kingdom. They won't even exist in the kingdom. We got to look at it like that. Not only... this is the only time in history when people could go to these things called supermarkets and and fill their shopping cart with all kinds of shit. Okay, all kinds of shit. Just a bunch of sugary drinks. Okay? All kinds of breads and crap filled with yeast and gluten and additives and preservatives. You know, forget the fast food. That's a whole other topic. Okay? But when you get hey, I mean, just read this scripture again, man. You know? Hey, if you brothers got your stimulus lately, you know, hey, if you're financially okay right now, I'm not saying to put yourself in debt over your health, okay? But if you got a little extra funds and, you know, use it to purchase some exercise equipment, man. You know, a set of exercise bands are like $40 on Amazon. Or get you a cold pressed juicer for $100. It'll be well worth it. And the money that you'll save, and you'll save a whole bunch of money, man. With juicing over the long run. You'll save a bunch more money, man. Because when you eat them shitty foods in them boxes, okay, those get pretty fucking pricey, man. You know? I mean, just look, I mean, a big thing of kale, a pound of kale at the store that I go to is only like $1 for a pound. Same thing with the spinach, man. How much is a you know, you go to buy a box of fucking Cheez-Its or whatever the fuck, or some other nonsense, or a jar of sugary ass peanut butter and jelly. You know, you could have got a whole bunch of kale for that. You could have got a bag of oranges or something, man. Or a big bag of carrots to put in the juicer. Alright? Healthy food is actually cheaper when you know how to shop. Let me get this scripture, because hey, better is a dinner with herbs, right? Proverbs 15:17. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. Hey, better is a dinner of herbs, man. Plants make you feel better, okay? They help your brain. They help with blood circulation. Okay? Scriptures tell us to do good unto thyself. Sirach 14:11, my son, according to thy ability, right, according to your ability, man, you know, according to your ability, alright, because every brother's going to be in a different situation according to their own ability. Do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offering, okay, so we're supposed to do good to ourselves. Alright, you could still eat shitty foods every now and then. For the most part, do good unto yourself, man. You know, start slowly, start, if you have to, start taking the snack foods, right? Get rid of the snack foods and start replacing them with fruit. Because most of the time when you eat them snack foods, it's because you have a craving for carbs. And Esau puts all kinds of shit in those foods that make them addictive, man. You know? I mean, if you've been in this truth for a minute, I'm going to say this. If you've been in this truth for a minute and you have financial security, you know, meaning what? You have a roof on your head and you have the ability to pay your bills. If you have some kind of financial security, okay, you really shouldn't be eating shit like ramen noodles, man. Okay, you got a lot of grown-ass men in this truth that their diets are like that of when they were in the world, except they don't eat fucking pork no more. They eat like fucking teenagers and not like adults, man. And then they wonder why they feel like shit all the time. Yeah, I know we're in this flesh. Okay? I know we're in this flesh. But they use that as an excuse. Okay? But with that, well, hey, there was also that experiment where they ate post in the book of Daniel, which was what? Vegetables. Or pulse, my bad. They didn't eat pulse. What was I thinking? Post. You know, we're just going to get to verse 11 and get to the point. Daniel 1 and 11. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days. Right? So this is kind of like a study or experiment. And it really showed that Daniel had some wisdom, man. Okay? And let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Well, hey, the Lord said what? He gave herbs for the service of man, okay? Herbs, man. You know? And the herbs aren't just there for when you get sick. The herbs are there for when you're in health, too. I beseech thee 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances... Right, they didn't have soda then, back then. Okay? But you brothers in the truth, you really shouldn't be drinking sodas anyways. And all kinds of sugary drinks and... I mean, when you're young in the truth, you know, you might drink some Arizonas and that. But when you grow in this thing, man, you really shouldn't be drinking shit like that. No more, you know? Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenances Salakia. Alright, so back in verse 12, just to elaborate, they were given pulse to eat, okay? Now down to verse 14. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days, and at the end of 10 days their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh, okay, than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Okay? So, those that ate the pulse appeared fairer and fatter, okay? So they appeared to be better, man. They appeared to be in what? Better health. Okay? But with that, I hope you brothers were edified and informed. It was just an exhortation. Alright? It was just an exhortation, man, to get our health up in these last days. You know? Because it's not just about, being healthy and fighting off plagues and all that, but it'll improve your spirit all around, man. It'll even make you diligent. All right, and get your head on straight, man. Eating good or healthy helps with so many different things that you could be suffering from: anxiety, slothfulness, brain fog, things like that, man. It's not just good for the body, it's good for the mind. So with that, till next time, shalom.